Yes, I can hear you, Paul. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Pascal, as Paul has said. I'm excited to share this business idea with you. My wife and I have been in this business for quite a while now. And if you give me a moment, I want to share the screen with you. The slides from the start. Okay, so as Paul has said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I am trained as a civil engineer. And Betty and I have been in this business for just over 25 years. And the reason we joined this business is very simple. 3 reasons, in fact: money, money, and money. We joined this business to make extra money because when I was growing up, my father used to say, son, go to school, get a good education, get a good, secure job with the government. That was the story and that was the plan many, many years ago. But in the modern world or in the current world, that advice is no longer applicable. One of the most insecure things or unsafe things is to think that your job is secure. I don't think that there's anybody who can say that they've got a secure job. So I went to University of Nairobi, did a course in civil engineering, finished. Somewhere along the line, I fell in love and we got married. And then we moved to South Africa. And you know, when the man and woman gets together, there's natural expansion. Children come along. And you see, when the family starts to grow, the needs of the family also increase. The unfortunate thing is that the increase in your income does not match the increase of the demands of your family. So Betty and I were thinking about doing something extra to supplement my salary as a civil engineer. I thought of doing bookkeeping. I thought of so many different things. And Betty also was looking for a job as a science teacher, but we had a challenge. One of our children has got an illness called sickle cell anemia. And because of his condition, it necessitated one of the parents to be at home to look after the child, because he would go into crisis every month, sometimes every 3 weeks. He would need 1 week of hospitalization. And that is the situation we're in when a friend of Betty called her and told her, Betty, I know you have a sick child, but I know you're also looking for ways to make extra money. I'd like you to come for a business presentation. And Betty said, look, I've never done a business before. I said, just come and listen. I think it's something you can do. So I stayed at home to look after our boys. And when Betty came back, I could see she was quite excited, but she didn't know the details of how the business actually works. And I asked her a number of questions, and she answered, and I asked how much does it take to start the business. At that time, it was about 426 Rand. You'd get a box of products and all that. And it took us 2 days to decide. In fact, it took us 1 day to decide. She went for a meeting on a Thursday. On Saturday, we started our business. And that was the best financial decision Betty and I had made. Because when we started the business, it started slow. I remember our first income was just $3. After 7 months of hard work in the business, our income reached $1,000 a month. And as they said, the rest is history. Betty and I started the business. We worked extremely hard. And after 3 years, what we were earning from the business was about 3 times my salary, and I fired my boss. So if you're a guest today, pay attention, take notes. If you have any questions, ask the person who invited you. They will guide you on how to get started in this fantastic business. What is this business that we keep talking about? Betty and I have been privileged to be in this business for just over 25 years. Actually, it's 26 years. And we've met so many people. We've traveled quite a bit. We've influenced the lives of many people. And it has allowed Betty and I to be full-time parents. You see, one of the things about being a civil engineer is that if your company gets a project, if I live in Pretoria and my company gets a project in Cape Town or in Botswana or in Kenya for that matter, they tell me you either go to where the project is or they show you the door. I didn't want a situation where I don't see my children often. One day they would be able to ask Betty, who is this Uncle Daddy? It sounds like a little joke, but I think it's a very frightening thing for a man to come to his house and his children do not know him. So that is our situation when we started the business. We worked extremely hard. After 3 years, I went full-time into the business. So God has been very good to us. We built a considerable size of business. For those of you who are guests, we want to share with you what this business is about. But first, let's go through the 4 ways that people generally use to generate income or to earn a salary. The first one is called a job. A job is when you work for somebody and at the end of the month, they pay you a salary. A job is good because at least it gives you a chance to put food on the table for your family. But it's not secure. There's a lot of internal politics. I do not believe around the world now you can say that you have a secure job, because your employer can actually come and say, Pascal, one day your services are no longer required. The second way that people use to generate income is called self-employment. Self-employment is when you get some money, either your life savings, you borrow money, you mortgage your house, and you start your own business and to provide a service or a product to the public. The challenge with self-employment is the business tends to depend on you as a person. And if you're not there, if you fall sick, you want to take leave, it means the income doesn't come in. A very simple test for knowing whether you own a business or not: go away from the business for a month or 2. If it collapses, you don't own the business owns you. The third way that people use to generate income is called big business. These are people who invest huge capital, employ lots of people, and build a huge infrastructure to earn a lot of income. Big business has a lot of challenges, labor problems. You have to have licenses in every country you do business. Examples of this big business, a company like MTN, Vodacom, Safaricom in East Africa, ShopRite Checkers, which has got about 1,943 outlets, the last time I read. It takes a lot of money, and the ordinary person in the street doesn't have this level of money to be able to invest. The fourth way that people use to generate income is called investment. This is when you have money, extra money, which is over and above what you need for your daily living, but you invest in a business or an instrument that generates for you a return on your investment. Most people don't have this. What they do is that they get somebody who is more experienced and is skillful at investment to invest on their behalf. There's another one which is very highly skilled and unique ways to generate income. For example, professional sports people. For example, yesterday on Sunday, I was very glad to see Kenya's own Eliud Kipchoge breaking the world record the second time. In fact, I was quite impressed by that level of success, because the second person was almost 1.7 kilometers behind him. It was incredible. So there are people who earn an income by having extraordinary skill: professional athletes, sportsmen, writers, or authors, or singers, people who have got extraordinary talent to generate their income. These are very few people in the world. But the question is there an ideal business? Is there a criteria that you can use to check whether this is an ideal business or not? I think it should have the following element. Number one, you need very low capital to start this business. In our company, you need between $60 and $100 to start a global business. And I think this makes it available to the ordinary person in the streets who has got the courage and a dream and a desire to become successful. The second element about an ideal business for building wealth is you get involved in distribution of goods and services. If you look around the world, the most successful enterprises are always involved in distribution of goods and services in one form or another. The third element is you need to have a global reach. Why? Because you're able to service many more customers, and in return you can generate a considerable amount of wealth. Our company does business in 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we do business in 14 countries. covering a population of about 450 million people. The fourth element is leverage. In fact, leverage is one of the secrets of very successful people or people who are wealthy. Leverage simply means you find a way to multiply your time, your effort, and the services you provide to cover a large sector of the population. For example, the reason why banks open branches is because they leverage their services. The reason why fast food restaurants or retail shops open stores or open branches is because they want to leverage their services. Okay, so leverage is a very key element for building wealth. The fifth element is you need to get involved in consumable, high quality, unique products. Why? Because consumable products have a repeat sale. You see, a shirt, a pair of shoes, those are not consumable products because somebody buys, but it takes them quite a while before they buy the next one. But soap, skincare products, health supplements, cleaning products, all those are consumable products because people buy them every single month and they're going to buy them until the day they die. So it makes very good business sense. And by the way, people use soap even after they're dead because their bodies have to be cleaned. Okay, so consumable products is a very unique element of having a business for building wealth. The sixth element is you need a business system. What is a business system? A business system is when you find a way of doing business, systems, procedures, tools, equipment that you can use to implement in your business so that you as the owner of the business does not have to be present when your business is being conducted or built. If you look at banks, one bank, as a specific bank, each branch is similar. They use the same computer system. Their servicing of customers is the same. They use exactly the same way of running their business, but you will notice that you'll never find the owners of the banks at the branches. They are always somewhere at the headquarters, or they play golf on Tuesday afternoon. The last element that is important in building wealth is timing. Timing is very important because if you start your business at the wrong time, it may not gain traction or being able to penetrate the market. What is network marketing? What is this business that I've been talking about? Network marketing is a system of distribution of goods and services where we cut out the middleman between the manufacturer and the consumer. In fact, if you think about traditional business, I remember I was reading an article about 8 or 9 years ago. A Mercedes-Benz 350 SE, when it is costed in Munich from the factory, the price was about $30,000 to $32,000. By the time this same Mercedes-Benz arrived in Denver, Colorado, the same Mercedes is $65,000. Why is that? Because between Munich and Denver, there were 17 different middlemen who keeps adding to the cost of the product, but they don't add any value to the product. These are called middlemen who keep adding to the cost, and who pays for this cost? It's the consumer or the customer. So what we do in our business, we cut out all these middlemen, and in between the manufacturer, which is Neolife as a company, and the consumer stands a distributor like myself. So the money the company would have spent to pay advertising, to pay the wholesalers or retailers is what is paid to us. So in this kind of business, we don't have middlemen. There's no advertising. There are no retailers or wholesalers. Products are explained to the customers directly. So most of our customers make the decisions on very good information so that they can make educated decisions. We are paid for successfully referring customers to buy our products. The company is aware of knowing that. So the products are researched and developed on your behalf. What that simply means is that you're starting a business, but you're not by yourself. The company does a lot of background background effort for you, product development, resourcing of raw materials, research and development, warehousing of the products, pricing of the products, building infrastructure in 50 different countries around the world. That is already done on your behalf. The only thing you do is to build a network of people who use the product. That is, in fact, almost 8 or 9 months after I joined the business, I couldn't believe that such a business system actually existed, because it is a really innovative way of distributing products and services. There are no qualifications required in this business except 3 things. 1, the desire for success. Number 2, teachability. You need to be able to open yourself to learning. Number 3, just sheer hard work. If you have these 3 things going for you, you're going to be very successful in the business. And this business, this company, started as a result of dream of one young man, Mr. Jerry Brasfield, in 1958. When Jerry Brasfield was a teenager, he had very serious asthma, and his mother gave him natural remedies. And he felt quite well, and when he saw an improvement in his health, he said, maybe I should share this idea with people in my small town called Porterville in California. Little did Jerry know that this Neolife idea would become a global empire, now operating in over 50 countries around the world. But what has kept Neolife going for all these years? Because we believe in certain corporate principles. We call them the Apple principles. Absolute integrity and honesty in the way we do our business. We believe we need to tell our customers the truth, treat them with respect and integrity, our customers, our distributors, the staff who work for the company. The second thing is absolutely the people are number 1. The most important resource we have in our business is people. If we don't have people, we don't have any business at all. The third element is products that work. The company spent a lot of money. It has put together the finest scientific minds to develop our products. People who are top-notch in biochemistry, in nutrition, in manufacturing, in herbal preparations, all sorts of things that make our products top-notch in whatever fields that we get involved in. So products that work. The fourth element is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody who starts the business starts at exactly the same level, man or woman, old or young, a housewife or a mechanic or a CEO, a teacher, administrator. Even unemployed people start this business and become very successful. So equal opportunity for everybody. And the last element is you need to have a long-range vision. You need to be able to have, initially, you need to have a 2 to 5 year horizon. It simply means that within a 2 to 5 year period, if you take the business seriously, you should become financially independent. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA. In Africa, it came in 1971. That is in South Africa. Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, it started in 96, 97. In West Africa, it started in the year 1999 and the year 2000. If you're a guest, this business has come to your doorstep today. So, why do people start this business? People start this business for so many different reasons. Some start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some start the business because they want to have dream homes. Some start the business because they want to buy dream cars. Some start the business because they want to have holiday homes. Some start the business because they want to make money. And I think that making money is a very important element in our lives. I know money is not the most important thing, but I think it ranks somewhere with oxygen. It's very important. All of you who are listening to this presentation, the reason why you're able to log in is that you either bought data or you're using Wi-Fi. Whatever device you're using, it costs you money to be able to attend this meeting on this presentation. Some people join the business because they want to have better health. So people join the business for so many different reasons. So when you start the business, you're going to partner with a company which has got more than 50 years, 60 years experience, operating in over 50 countries around the world, and is supported by the Scientific Advisory Board, top-notch scientists who help to develop high-quality products. And we have 4 ranges of products in our business, because any business, what is the essence of a business? The The essence of a business is to provide a product or a service in return for a profit. That is really what a business is, okay? But what they do should be able to be for the good of society. So what are the 4 ranges? The first one is the home care range of products. That is products for cleaning the home. You have products for cleaning the bathroom, the kitchen, the toilet, the tiles, anything in your home that you need for cleaning, we've got products for you. The second one is personal care range of products. Things for cleaning yourself, making yourself look smart, hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion, all that stuff. The third is the skincare organics, or the skincare range of products. And we call these products nutrients. Products to cleanse and detoxify your skin, to balance and invigorate your skin, to nourish, to protect your skin, because the biggest organ you have in your body is your skin. And the last range is the healthcare or nutritional range of products. These are the products the company manufactures. So what we do is we take these products to the marketplace. How do we do it? We take these products to the marketplace when you do 3 things every day. They are called the 3 daily success habits. Number 1, we use the products ourselves. We use the products ourselves for a very simple reason, because we are supporting our own business. Secondly, we want the people we recommend products to know that we also believe in what we recommend. So that is the first thing we do in our business. Because Neolife operates in over 50 countries around the world, the company decided to standardize the measurement of business. So we call the point value. 100 point value is approximately $160 in value. The next thing we do in our business is we share business opportunity. What does that mean? It means we introduce our friends and our relatives to become users of the products. They become users and promoters, okay? Let me say you introduce 6 people or 6 families to be users of the products. You'll have generated a 700 PV unit and your income is about $45 a month. The next thing you do is you teach the people you've brought into the business to duplicate what you do. What does that mean? It means that, for example, the person on the top right corner introduces 2 people, and those 2 introduce 2 each. You'll have a 700 PV unit plus the other 6 gives you 1,300 PV. You become a senior manager in the business. The next thing is you teach everybody in your team to do the same. 700 PV unit is just for demonstration. It could be more, it could be less. If you do that, you'll have built a business of 4,300 PV. You become a director and your income is about $580 to $700 a month. You can achieve this anytime between 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. It just depends on how quickly you build your organization. Not everybody is going to want to be a business person or a promoter of the products. These are called customers. So because they are not registered, you make a profit of about 20% from the product you sell to them. The third thing you do in our business is personal development. What does that mean? Personal development simply means you take time through your support system or training system, support and personal development seminars. You attend seminars, you attend workshops, conferences, books to read, product training, business training. You learn to become a business leader. But if you want to earn more in this business, you need to help people in your organization also reach the level you have reached. If you help one more person become a director in the business, your income is about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people become directors, your income goes to about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people become directors, your income goes way beyond $5,000 a month. So the more people you help to become successful in this business, the more successful you become yourself. So at this stage, I want to invite a very dear friend of mine, Robert Maina. He's been in the business for such a long time. If you see his face, he looks like a very young man, but don't be fooled by the looks. So Robert, karibu sana. Please share with us your story.
Okay, thank you very much, Pascal. For our guest, I'm Robert Maina Njinju, and I'm so excited being with you this evening. And I'm so very excited being in this opportunity. I got this opportunity when I was working, but before I get there, I want to tell you about myself. I'm married to Terry Njinju, and I'm also blessed with 3 children. And I'm so grateful because we are doing this business together. So I met this opportunity when I was working in the armed forces. After my high school, I really wanted to become a pilot, but my parents could not afford because that's a very expensive course. So by that time, there was a recruitment in the military, which was going on. And a friend of mine advised me that when I get into the forces, I'll do such kind of a course free of charge. So I saw that as an opportunity for me to achieve my dreams. So I went for the recruitment, and luckily I was recruited, and I was taken to Eldoret, and that is where I started my military training. It was a bit hard, but I had to persevere. So after finishing up the military training, I was taken back to Moi Air Base. And when I got into to Moi Air Base, I thought that what I wanted to do, I'll do it. But when I landed there, I realized unless you have a godfather, you can't do what you want. So according to my academic qualification, I qualified for a course in Embakasi Garrison. That is where we have a college for the armed forces. So I started telecommunication there. So while I was there, I didn't like the life in the military because every day, whenever you wake up, you always do whatever you're being commanded to do. So I didn't like that kind of life, every time saluting, saying yes, sir, all the time. So I didn't have freedom to do my own things. So while I was still there studying, it was on a Friday, I met a friend who was my colleague in the armed forces, and he talked to me about this opportunity. He told me briefly that there's an opportunity which is changing very many people's lives. So I asked him, how can I join? I wanted something that will make me change my life. So he invited me for an evening training. I went for the training, and whatever was discussed impressed me so much. But out of the presentation, what impressed me so much is the traveling. I love traveling so much. In the military, we used to travel, but you can't travel outside the country unless you're going for peacekeeping mission. So while I was in the meeting, I was told you can travel the world. And lucky enough, in the same meeting, there was a certain gentleman who was working in the armed forces. And the following weekend, he was traveling to South Africa together with his wife. And he told me that, Robert, you can also do it. I came here the same way. If you join, I'll show you how to go about it. And one day we'll board a plane together to other parts of this world. And that is what impressed me so much. I went out, looked for money, and I came and joined the opportunity the following day. So I started doing while still working in the armed forces. So in the evenings after classes, I used to go for trainings and invite my friends. The way Pascal has shown us, I used the products. And I didn't know that I also had health challenges. Because of the rigorous training in the military, I developed a challenge we call hernia. And the solution for hernia is an operation. But I was told mine was not so serious. If I continue doing rigorous exercise, the problem might go up. So I started using the products, and along the way, the pain I had disappeared. And that gave me believability that these products work and they can help as many people as possible. So through this opportunity, I started moving from one level to another. I became a manager. I went to senior manager. And when I became a director, I realized that my business had spread to other countries like Uganda. And I had now to leave the forces and do this opportunity because the income had already overtaken what I was getting in the armed forces. So I started doing this opportunity on a full-time basis. And since then, I've never regretted. The same thing I was told that I will board a plane one day and travel the world, that came into pass. And my first air trip was in our neighboring country, Uganda. I went there to support my team. And the air trip was so much exciting. That was my first time having a 1 hour travel on air, because in the armed forces, we used to travel, but you know, the speed of a jet fighter, it's not exciting. Once you land, you have to take time. Maybe if you are fond of vomiting, you vomit. But this time I could travel for 1 hour, treated like a VIP. I went to Entebbe Airport, then to Kampala, and supported my team. Then I came back. I did my business in a big way. My second trip was in Durban in South Africa. And that was the most exciting lifestyle event I ever went through this opportunity. Because I remember we went to Durban, South Africa. We went to Ushaka. We saw the life in the sea. We saw the life there, how South Africans do. And that was it was also an eye opener for me. And my third trip was also in South Africa, in Joburg City, in a place called Sand on Sand. It's a very high level hotel. I know there are some of the distributors who are already there. And let me tell you, it's an exciting opportunity that can help you achieve some of your dreams. I'm also looking forward to travel to other parts of this world and also to do this opportunity with my family. I'm so excited because anywhere we go, like in South Africa, we went together with my wife. This is an opportunity that you can do together with your children, with your partner, and you enjoy a lot as you move along the way. In terms of health, I've really enjoyed together with my wife and my children, and also my parents have really benefited from this opportunity. I have an ailing mother who got a stroke while I was still in high school. But through this opportunity, she's still there. And through the products, she's still using the products. And we have seen her all through, because of these products, getting back her health slowly and slowly. So if you're a guest tonight, if I can do it, I believe everybody can do it. The reason why I'm saying this is in the military, we were never taught on how to talk to people. We were never taught on how to do business. But when I joined this opportunity, I went through the trainings. If you're a guest tonight, if you join this opportunity, we'll take you through the trainings. They are free once you join, and we'll guide you on how to move from one level to another. That is what has given me the personal growth that Pascal has said today. Today, I can wake up, plan my business, plan my future, and also work on my dreams. So if a soldier can do it, I believe everybody here can do it. Pascal, back to you.
Thank you very much, Robert. That's really a fantastic testimony. I think Robert is right that anybody who actually takes this business seriously will achieve things beyond their wildest dreams. And I mean, many times I've gone to Nairobi and I've shared some sessions, have a cup of tea with Robert and his team. I'm very excited from him coming from such a humble beginning and building a really international business. So Robert, your story, I think there are many people who can relate with your story. And it's very exciting for us to share this business with other people. So some of the things the company has done to make the business efficient is to take advantage of technology. For example, if you want to order products, you can order the products online. If you want to register new distributors in your team, you can do it online. Once you register as a distributor in the business, the company creates for you your personalized website. You have what is called a back office, where you can monitor and manage your business. Training is done locally and internationally. For example, this presentation We've got people from Eastern Africa, people from Southern Africa, West Africa, and some people from the US, sometimes Europe, who attend these meetings. Because of technology, we are able to build this business across borders. Delivery of products, the company contracts courier companies in various markets where they do business so that the products are delivered to our customers and distributors. Payment of products is done online or by mobile transfer. Payment of bonuses and commissions also by electronic funds transfer or mobile money. So the company has taken full advantage of its technology to make the business more efficient. Conferences, Robert was talking about traveling. If you really want to travel this is the business to join. For example, this is the East African Convention, which was conducted in Tanzania about approximately a month ago. This is the same event in Dar es Salaam. This is one we had in Southern Africa, in Pretoria, where people from the Southern African region came together to share their experience and success in the business. If you're a guest, what do you need to do? Speak to the person who invited you. They will give you an application form to fill. If you pay your registration amount, in South Africa is between 830 and 2,810. In Kenya is 7,620 or 9,280. In Nigeria is 20,600 or 26,500 naira. In Tanzania, it's 145,400 or 178,400. In Uganda, it's 211,000 or 251,000 Uganda shillings. For the markets of Kenya, Nigeria, Tanzania, and Uganda, there will be a price. There's going to be an increase on the 15th of October. So if you're a guest, maybe if you join before the 15th, you're going to join the business. You're going to pay your starter kit at the current prices. In the USA, it's about $75. In Sweden, it's 930 Swedish kronas. In Italy, is 64 euros. In Ghana, is 448 or 715 Ghanaian cedis. In Cameroon, is 52,000 or 65,000 francs CFA. So whichever region or market you're in, speak to the person who invited you. They'll give you the correct starter kit package for you to get started in the business. Remember, success begins with a decision. And by the way, if you don't make a decision, that is still a decision. Because for Betty and I to be able to reach the level we have reached, we had to decide to do this. In fact, my thinking at that time was this: I wouldn't know whether we'd succeed or not unless we try. So the first step of success is a decision. Once you've decided, there are a few things you need to do or have to be able to succeed. Number one, you need to have a dream. You need to know what you want. What is it that you want to do in your life? What is it that you've always wanted to do, but because of income, whatever circumstances, you've been unable to do? So the first thing is having a dream. The second is find out what you need to learn, need to do. You need to be teachable. You need to be able to learn. Most people who join this business join with little or no experience at all. The third is just sheer hard work, discipline, guts, persistence. These are very important elements for success in this business. The fourth one is you need to have faith in yourself, faith in your sponsor, the person who invited you, and faith in the company. If you have those things going for you, you're going to be able to succeed. What is next step? Your next step is to get together with the person who invited you. They'll guide you on how to get started. Once you get started, follow the ideas we've spoken about. Okay? Just do the basics of the business. Speak to your sponsor, attend training, learn what you need to learn. They will guide you. And if you keep doing that, your success is guaranteed. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very much for spending this evening with us. I wish you the very best. Speak to the person who invited you. They'll show you what to do. Good night and God bless you.